Now you deceive. You're a deceived seed of serpent. Seed of the serpent. Right? Just like Kawhi was. She immediately became a seed spiritually of the serpent when she disobeyed Yah and ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So there are a lot of people that are deceived seeds of Satan. You're adopted sons and daughters of Satan. Wow, that's heavy. Do you ever think about that? When you deceived, just like people say, we're adopted into the body, you can be adopted into the body of Mashiach. When you disobey Yah, you become adopted into the body of the seed of, you become adopted into the body of Satan. That's not popular teaching right there. Somebody said, what about my mother? She's a missionary. Mom, love you with all love within me, but you're deceived. You are following Satan. Right? He is a deceiver. He's a liar. And who is a liar? But then they tell you that you don't have to obey Yah's law. Now, it's my prayer, my desire that all of my family wake up. Because you've been lied to, and little by little, these preachers coming out the closet and tell y'all that they've been lying to you. First, now it starts with the tithes. They tell you they're lying to you. We've been telling y'all for years they've been lying to you about tithes. Benny Hinn came out first. Somebody said he regurgitated, went back to his vomit. T said tired and then Creflo, and before him was Carlton Pearson. I bet you Carlton Pearson. I bet you Creflo will need to be embraced by Carlton Pearson when it's all over and done. I know Kenneth Copeland ain't going for that. Tithing is against the New Testament practice. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's a lot of videos on the internet where people are doing responses to Creflo to get hits on the channel. All right. So there's two types of seeds: the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into the lesson, the law shadow of things to come. So we're gonna go ahead and open up with Hebrews. Chapter 10. Do I want to start in 10? Let's open up with 10. I might backdate to go back. Let's do a little talking about this shadow, right? So let's start at Hebrews chapter 10. And we're going to read that, and then we're going to talk about this shadow, because the law, when we're talking about the sacrificial laws, they are a shadow of the true sacrifice, which is us. So I did a lesson one time. I told people, I said the sacrifices didn't end. What you mean in the end? There's no more temple. I said you don't get it. Romans 12 said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your body a living sacrifice. So the sacrifices didn't end. The true sacrifice is us. The animals only represents a shadow of us, which is what? A man or woman who is totally surrendered to Yah, to obey everything that he says out of his mouth and written without excuse. Right? So let's read Hebrews 10, verse 1.
For the law, having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year,
all right. Oh, go ahead. Did you finish it?
Continually make the comers thereunto perfect.
All right, now stop. We're going to talk about this now. How often have we read that and not comprehended what is being said? See, when somebody asks you, you're a Hebrew Israelite, where's your sacrifice? You don't even know the law, so you're not even in an authoritative position to even ask me a question about sacrifice because you don't even know the law. But you want to ask me a question about the law when you don't know the first thing of the law. This right here puts the nail in the coffin to explain to you that even those back in the days of the sacrifices comprehended that this was not really what it was about. All right, we'll take you somewhere in a minute. So, you want to take a crack at that? What does that mean? You could do a whole lesson on that one verse right there.
Basically what you said, with those sacrifices which they offered year after year, continually, it was not able to make the comers perfect.
Why? That's the question. Why was it not able to make those who continually offer those sacrifices perfect? There's a simple answer to that. If Israel became the priesthood as was the precept, they wouldn't have been offering no sacrifices for themselves. Because why? They would have been walking in 100% obedience to Yah. So who would they been have offering sacrifices for? The nations. Because when you walking in Yah 100%, you are the true sacrifice, and there's no need for you to get an animal. Why? Because you walking in the full law of Yah. That's why the sacrifices are going to be reinstated in 1,000 years. Why? Because when we become the priesthood, right, we're going to have to render the sacrifices for the nations that need to come under the covenant of righteousness. That's what Shaul was talking about. The law is what? The schoolmaster. What's the schoolmaster's purpose? Right? To teach you how to walk in the ways of Yah. Right now, we're gonna finish it out, but I want to go to something that Dawid said, which is very profound. Right? Okay, Psalms 34. We'll go two places here. Psalms 34:18. All right. Psalms 34:18. All right, what does that say?
Yah is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
See that? So that's what he intends, right? Us to have a broken heart and a contrite. What's that word for broken heart?
Shabar.
Shabar? All right, break it down. Let me pull up on the screen here. I'm going to do it with you.
It says break down, off, in pieces.
Break down.
Crush.
Ooh.
Destroy.
Ooh.
Hurt. Quench.
Ooh. Broken. All of that. All of that. The Most High wants. That's what the sacrifice is designed to burst us, right? To break down Shabar, and 7663 to scrutinize, to, it says, a watching and expect with hope and patience. I can do a lesson on that right there.
So is it saying a repentant heart?
Right. Repentant, humble. Okay. Now we're going to get the next word. So it says a broken heart.
You got his attention.
Huh?
You have his attention.
Right.
You have that repentant.
Right. Exactly. Right. As they say, it says with the mouth.
Confession is made.
Right. With the heart man believeth, believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession. How does it go? Confession is made made unto salvation. Is it? Confession is made to salvation.
Yeah.
So just like what Israel said, I mean, all that ties back to Exodus 19, when Israel said, all they said we will do, right? Okay, so now the contrite, what's the contrite?
The car, crushed, powder, destruction. To me, it's a humbling.
Right, right, that's right. So crushed, a crushed spirit, crumble, that's from Daka, crumble, bruised, right? And that's from, it says to collapse physically or mentally. That's right. When you break a person's pride is broken, right? They become humble. They surrender. Oh, that's good. Now let's go over to Psalm 51. How many times have we heard this one? Let's go up a little bit. Read this one. Oh, let's go up all the way up to the top. Everybody knows Psalm 51, right? Start at verse 1.
Have mercy upon me, O Yah, according to thy loving kindness, according to the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin.
Where's the animals at? Go ahead.
For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee and thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Well,
make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O Yah, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy ruach from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors the ways, thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O Yah, thou Elohim of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing